What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Oh,
Eduardo!
Hey. How's everybody doing on this beautiful Saturday? That's right, stereo pairs.
Yes.
How is that? Yeah, and it's YouTube-friendly music. Gotta love that. All right, well, let's get started, shall we?
What's up, Victor? What's going on, everybody?
Turn both these bad boys off. Give it up for the bullfrogs. Yay, bullfrogs! What's up from Pennsylvania? Trinidad is late. Trinidad late. You're not late. Party has just started. What's up, everyone? Yep. How's everybody doing? Hello from the barbecue. Ah.
Really? Where's the barbecue?
Oh, compressor.
I did.
Oh, hot damn. All right, good call. Good call.
Thank
What's
you.
going on,
Thank you,
everyone? Hey, and to the one guy that gave today's video a thumb down.
F-bomb for you.
Total. So.
Yeah.
For those of you who aren't familiar with the video today, it's a GoFundMe for a 12-volt for the cure, for the cause. It's to help St. Jude's, little kids, cancer.
Yeah.
Need we say more? Go watch the video. It's a lot of fun. And donate, of course. Patreon is the place where you can go to support the show. This isn't the end. We're going to start the show. You get a video podcast. And, of course, if you guys want the podcast, it's a week later. But you get it non-video. You get an audio version. We do a podcast. That's right. You can find it on iTunes. You can find it on Google Play, Podbean, lots of fun. Hey, you're early. Everyone's early. The show's just getting started.
What's up, Jason?
How was your week?
That was not good.
Really?
No.
Why?
We take Naomi to the surgery.
Oh yeah, the surgery this week. Jeez, I almost forgot.
Yeah, we take Naomi to the surgery.
Yeah, but that was scheduled. It wasn't like it was like surprise.
No, but you know.
His daughter had to have her knee ACL, MCL?
ACL and MCL redo.
Joys of being a
reattached.
kid. Yeah. So lots of fun there. I got new tires put on the ride. So
wow.
that was that.
Kind of different surgery.
Different surgery. Sucked just the same.
Yeah.
So yeah. What else? That's it. Well, hey, let's go over the schedule real quick.
Yeah.
So next week is Thanksgiving. Monday we're gonna do the Q&A show on Facebook, just like we always do. But then on Thursday morning at 10 o'clock, we're going to do a YouTube Live.
YouTube Live.
That's right. We're gonna be live for an hour from the beautiful Dunedin Causeway. That's right. We're gonna have a beautiful beach behind us. You guys caught it last year. It was a lot of fun.
Happy Thanksgiving to you guys.
Yep. Thank you. Haley's gonna be there, so we'll have the comic relief.
Yep.
So look forward to that. So in the morning when you guys get up and the wife's doing this and the kids are doing that, and you're like, I'm gonna be in the office for an hour. That's right. So it'll be a lot of fun. We can't wait. It's just one more thing that we like to do to have fun with you guys.
Yeah.
Please help me. I must have accidentally changed the settings in my action button play stop pause on the screen of my Kenwood. Really? I don't know how you do that.
No.
Dang. That is a tough one. Really? Play stop pause off the screen of my...
Wow.
I don't know how you would do that.
No.
There is a reset feature built into the Kenwood though that will bomb it back to the factory settings. I would look for that.
Yes.
That would be more important.
Yeah. Yeah. You know it's this button right here. It says
I know it's Susan.
Silence. Yeah.
So yeah, I would.
Yeah,
I would
just try to find that.
I would go for reset more so than trying to figure out what you did there. It's
now, if you have like audio settings and all that stuff, just take pictures. Oh yeah, that would be the best thing you can do. Take a picture so you don't lose that.
24-volt truck and 4-ton. Oh,
4-ton truck.
So you're gonna need some form of step-down converter. That much is for sure. I've honestly never done one, so I got nothing. It's going to be like a golf cart, because golf cart you need a step-down converter to go to 12 volts. So if it doesn't have an actual 12-volt output, you'll need some form of 12-volt, 24 to 12-volt. The problem is those converters really aren't that big, so trying to run a lot of stuff off of it is going to be hard. Most of them are like 24 to 12 volts at 10 amp, which really isn't enough to do anything. So that's going to be tough. Keeping the tires. You need tires are on. I got a buddy that I've known for years, and took care of the tire problem. So.
Give me the tires over the ACL.
Definitely give me the tires.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, it's the roof, it's the water heater, it's the tires.
But at least you have a roof in your
rented
house.
today, so
At least you have a roof in your house.
At least I have a roof over my house. Yay! What's up, fellas? Are you guys ever going to do a video on the NEX 4400? Your thoughts, opinions on it after having it in... Okay. Did CarPlay sync up right away every time you got in the car? No. Sometimes CarPlay does not. So the question is on the 4400, are we ever going to do a review on it? We'd really like to. We really like to. We're not totally ruling it out yet, but we're also thinking that if it's going to be replaced, it depends. If they're going to replace it in June, then we're definitely going to do a review. If they're going to replace it in January, we'll probably not do a review. But as far as syncing up goes, and there again, it also depends if they're going to keep it in the line or not. Pioneer's doing strange things.
Yeah, right now.
The funding they were supposed to get, they haven't gotten yet. So they
we're
came
not
out
going
with the
that
DSP.
way. So just.
So anyways, does it sync up every time I get in the car? No. Does it sync up most of the time I get in the car? Yes. However, it really, I think, has to come down to whether you're doing something on the phone when you got, like, walking into the car.
Yeah.
Now, what it usually will do is if I get a phone call, it will automatically pair if it's not paired. Mm-hmm. If I get a text message, it'll usually pair if it's not paired. If I need to go outgoing, it's as simple as just hitting the button and turning it on, and then it activates like that. I never actually have, it's just like a source. You select it as a source, and it automatically comes up. So it's not like it takes over. So I wouldn't say it's a bad thing. Mm-hmm. So as far as pairing up goes, I guess it's pairing up. It's just not taking over the system would be the best way to do it, which is how we'd all want it anyways, because if it paired up and took over the system, then whoopie-de-doo. Working on Black Friday at
14 down?
14 down, 6 to go.
Wow.
Well, that sucks, but like you, we will be working on Friday, but Black Friday really doesn't do much for us. Honestly, I wish we'd just take it off, but have you guys done a review on the Alpine PEX? No, we have not. The problem with the reviews is, we've just been busy, and... just been busy.
And no, we haven't worked with the new DSP Alpine. I mean, we're
That's what
going
I was just saying.
Yeah,
we want to.
Yeah, definitely, we're going to.
The other thing too is we try to prioritize where the reviews need to be with the amount of time we have to do them, which is limited right now. But we're hoping that is all hopefully going to change next year. We're looking at a better schedule for reviewing products. So,
all right. What do I need?
Real bonus before we go on to that. Yeah. You guys all caught the F-150 video this week.
Yeah.
The joy of that video was, you guys have no idea how exciting that video was for me, because that is actually the last of the 2017 video list. So up until this point, when you guys are watching Install Diaries, they've all actually been from 2017.
Yeah.
I've been hopping around in there, and of course we'll throw more current stuff in. You can tell usually by my face size. Yeah. But that's it. They're gone. They're over. So starting next week, I get to pull out the new hard drive.
Yeah.
There's still more fat-faced videos.
Last Fat Dean videos.
No, there's still, because we started recording 2018 at the beginning of the year. So
outside Georgia.
Yeah. So there's a lot more fat-faced Dean to come. But the nice thing is I'm just happy to be done with those and get them out of the way. And because we changed a few things back then in the way we were doing things, so hopefully we'll start to see some more fun and excitement.
All right. Okay. What do I need for a 2017 Honda Accord Sport non-amplified? I want to add mids and highs with an amplifier, of course.
You're going to need some form of high-level, low-level adapter, naturally. You could obviously, the real simple way to do this is just buy the D4.800 from Audio Control. I'm not going to lie, that's the simplest way to do it, because you get 6-channel high-level input if you need it.
Yeah.
It's got the DSP built into it, and it's a 4x200 watt amplifier.
Okay.
So it's nice and simple.
Yeah.
It's one box to rule them all.
Yeah.
So
I was thinking DSR1, and then you can get any amplifiers that you want.
Or you could just do something as simple as an LC7i.
Yeah.
So there's a couple different options the way to go.
Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah.
Wow, we have a lot of big.
Okay. It's new installs. Yeah. No, it's actually an old one. But
all right.
It worked out. Okay.
All right. Quick question: is there such a thing as an RCA splitter, so I can run 2 bass amps separate without using the Y splitters? If that makes sense, I want to keep the same voltage without losing it.
So you're going to need a line driver. More than likely what you'd want to do is do a line driver, because there's really not, a Y jack, yeah, splits the voltage. But if you up the voltage, then you won't have that problem. So if you go with a line driver before the Y jack, then you'll be okay. That'll solve that issue. Some amplifiers have the master-slave capability, especially on the sub-amps, where you put one RCA in and then you tell the next amplifier it's a slave, it's a slave, it's a slave. And then some amplifiers have input and then output. That's becoming iffy on a lot of new amplifiers. A lot of them don't have that feature anymore, but some of them do. If you're looking, that might be a feature that you're wanting. If you've already got the amplifiers, you might think about a line driver.
All right, good video.
Good luck. Oh.
Good videos on the F-150 speakers. So much confusing.
Good luck on the DSR1. Yeah, okay. Go ahead.
Yeah,
okay.
So much confusing on the sound deadening. How much is enough? Where is the point of deadening returns?
Yeah. So basically, how much sound deadening is too much and how much is not enough.
Oh.
Okay, so when we do it, we do two types. We do what we like to call the enough, and then we like to do what's called the baked potato, or the full baked potato.
Yeah.
The enough is what you saw in the video, where it's like anytime there's a big flat panel, you do that, you do this, you do that. So usually in a door, it's segmented into 3 panels because of the cross braces for crumple zones, or when you get side impact. So you do the top half, you do the middle, and then you do the bottom.
Yeah.
And then, you do the outside where you're really concentrating around that speaker, okay, in the bracket that you made. Yeah. And that's what we like to call enough. Now, the full baked potato is when you cover
I would like to recommend
everything.
Everything.
Okay, everything.
Yeah.
Cross braces, inside, side panel, anywhere you could see paint, you put them.
Yep.
Okay. Now, is there a noticeable difference? Maybe. It just depends on the type of car and how it was assembled.
Yeah.
When you look at something like a Toyotas suck.
Yeah.
They really suck, and they're plasticky and they vibrate, and the metal seems real thin. So you can never really put enough sound treatment in it.
Correct.
The other thing too that a lot of people don't opt for is actually doing the door panel itself. So Stinger makes the ultimate, which is foam, aluminum, butyl, sticky.
Yep.
We like to use that on the door panel itself to make that more rigid if you have a door panel that rattles, because sometimes you do have door panels that rattle. So, I would say really the outside, just do what you feel comfortable with. The other thing too is that a lot of people don't put enough emphasis on making sure they get in there and rub it really well. What we like to use, obviously you saw me use the ball end of a screwdriver-ish type tool.
Yep.
Where's it at? Okay, this was it. So this is just a regular plastic panel tool here, and this is really nice for when you're trying to get up into, a lot of people like to use the rollers, but I prefer to use something that has a ball end, and then on the actual door side, the car side, I like to use, obviously my gloves are really nice and you get in there, and then you go in with the flat side and you really push, and you can get really, really good corners and really good metal. Because you don't want air bubbles, because you don't want debris to get behind it like water, dirt, and sand, because then it's no good. Okay.
All right, this is, okay, so it's 2 questions. I set the equalizer on my iPad Nano. When I hook it up to my Pioneer radio, and whenever I turn the key off, the equalizer returns to off. And I never did that before. Any ideas?
Do you have any ideas?
No. Maybe in the settings?
What is it? So it's resetting the EQ?
The EQ.
Is it resetting anything else? Because that would be, so... the only thing that really comes to mind anytime a radio resets itself is that you have the constant 12 volts and the accessory backwards.
Yeah.
So like, for example, a lot of times in German cars, the plug is a universal plug. Say, hey, from Portugal, what's up, car gift?
What's up, man?
So the plug, the red and the yellow, flip-flop depending on the car manufacturer. So what happens a lot of the times is you're wired up color to color, and then you turn off the car, turn on the car, and everything resets.
Yeah.
So then you have accessory and 12 volts backwards. The
PDX B9. I'm sorry. My favorite 5 channel is a PDX B9.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yep.
So the only thing you could really check is to make sure that the radio is not losing voltage.
Yep.
During crank or when it just sits there. That would be the only thing I could think of. I use a roller too. That is for doing tire repair. There you go.
Nice. All right. No distortion at max volume on the head unit. That's a halo. But when the amp speaker output, the JL-HD 900.5, after the DSR1, there's a distortion at just over half volume using the DD1. If this is normal, sounds off.
So on the JL amp, the gain needs to be down a lot for sure because that's built off of a similar amplifier.
Yeah.
What kind of source unit?
That's the Halo 9.
So he's got a Halo 9 going into a DSR1.
DSR1 and then the HD 900.
Okay, so and he's using the DM1 at the end. Okay. No distortion at max volume on the head unit, but from the amp speaker output JL after DSR1 there is distortion at just over half volume using the DD1. Is that normal? It shouldn't be normal. No.
Now I don't know if the DSR1 is a 5 volt.
Okay, so the Alpine is 4 volt. We know the Alpine is 4 volts. So the DSR1 will only take a 4 volt input. We know that for sure. What you're probably going to need to do is take a DD1 and actually go radio. Obviously, you've done the radio.
Yep.
And then do DSR1. Yep. And then make sure when you're using the DSR1, though, the EQ is set flat. That's also the thing. Make sure that you're flat along the whole way, because if your treble or bass, or if you do any EQ before you do the DD1, it's going to be off. So make sure everything is set flat for sure. But I would test out of the DD1, at the DSR1 with the DD1, and then test out of the amplifier. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah.
Now, I will say that sometimes when we're using a DD1 on the output of like an audio control piece, we get a lot of we get weird things that happen. I won't say false reads. We get weird things that happen that just doesn't make any sense. If you have an oscilloscope, you could also just look at it with an oscilloscope and see if it's actually, you can look at the square wave and see if you're getting something that way.
All right.
CQ one on the shelf. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What? Shelf?
Yep.
What shelf?
Stuff on the shelf. Okay, keep going.
Yeah. All right. It's any other unit over the DDX 9903S.
EQ's flat gains are all the way. Oh, EQ's flat and gains are all the way down. Oh. Ooh, that's not good. I'm sorry. Back to that.
No. It's just crazy.
Well, like I said, did you try the DD1 on the output of the DSR1? Because that will tell you, and also, you could also take the DSR1 out, go Alpine to amp. Maybe there might be something wrong with one of the pieces of equipment, or you might have a bad RCA. That's also something to think about. Okay.
That's
David from California in the house. Squirrel. Okay, go ahead.
All right. I have a Kenwood DDX 9903S.
Yeah.
And he say I hate it. Is
Okay.
there any other head unit that does the same features that will accept a hard drive?
Yeah. Pretty much all the current model radios from from
Kenwood?
Pioneer or Kenwood. Both of them. What you're looking for is a feature that's called the capability of NTFS.
Yes.
So the 9903 was kind of a transition piece for Kenwood. Depending on what you hate about the 9903, the 9904 and the 9905 fixed most of the issues, or pretty much all the issues with that particular radio. If you just hate the operating system in general, then that's okay. The Kenwoods all have that same basic operating system.
Yep.
You want to look at the like a 4400 or a 8400 from Pioneer. 8400. The USB 2 out of that will read NTFS.
Eddie, we're not doing it. We're just helping people to go to this page and donate for money.
Yeah.
We're not doing it. It's
not ours.
Guys. No,
it's not our charity.
We're just trying to help.
Just getting the awareness out.
Yeah.
It's $50,000. He's trying to raise $50,000. Marty
Dean.
It's another shop.
He's the guy. If you guys ever see the
Aussie.
the Aussie Irons, that's the guy that he's trying to raise that much
Yeah, it's
money.
his baby.
Yep. So just if you guys just please go and put some $20 and
Well, you don't have to put $20. $20 just get you registered
Yeah.
for the drawing. Okay,
Yeah.
next question.
anywhere. Ever done a 2003, 2008 Infiniti FX35 for a full system? You ever did one of those?
What's an FX?
It's like
That's that big.
like an Infiniti,
Yeah.
like an SUV. Oh, that's weird. I used to love one of those, but then I'm like, no.
No, but
What's up, Clean G35?
no, I haven't. The only thing I've ever done in that was aux jacks. We did
What's up,
lots
Australia?
of aux jacks in those.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much exactly.
I was gonna say
Just
all I've ever done is
Ajax,
aux
yeah.
jacks.
Yeah.
Thank you, Joel.
Okay, do sound treatments in driver's door and no treatment in the passenger door on the car lab and use it as a demo for customers.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, that's not
You know,
bad.
the only problem with that is that you have to drive around with one door on that road. You know, sound dampen.
Yeah.
And that kinda
I
sucks.
actually it's sound treatment.
Yeah,
for
sound
the car.
treatment. Sorry.
Sound treatment
Yeah.
for the car.
So,
A lot of people get like, oh man, you don't say that.
okay,
Yeah,
go ahead.
I don't want to do that. What happened?
No, I was reading. Do you guys network with any other installers around the country? Any recommendations for Houston installers?
Houston.
You know, what's his name? Mel.
Mel. Yes,
Yeah,
it's
well,
Mel.
no, what's his
Mel.
You direct message him on Facebook. Give me 1 second. What I'll do is I'm gonna give you the name.
What's
of
up, Naples?
The,
What's up from Alaska?
PAC has a guy out there that
Yep.
will be able to help you. You can find him on Facebook. Mel Valdez. Just look for MELVALADES.
Valdez.
His name is Mel Valdez. He is the PAC Phantom
Yep.
in Texas. There's 2 of them, so I don't know if he handles your area, but if he doesn't, the other one, he'll be able to get you a hold of somebody.
Yep.
And he'll be able to recommend
A good
installer
shout.
out there. We do talk with a lot of installers, but most of the time we don't know where they're at.
Well, the problem is like this one was our first Knowledge Fest that we went, and we're just trying to get involved with everybody.
do the rear doors instead of the front doors. That's an idea. As far as instead of doing
I don't
one
have
door.
rear doors.
Well, no, but instead of doing one and not the other.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I need help. I'm building a competition 10,000 watt sound system, and I need to know how many working amps I need to power. Wow, a lot of batteries for 3 hours. You might be better off plugging the thing into the wall. I don't know of any way to run a system for 3 hours with 10,000 watts. Even back in the day when Orion used to build their giant, everyone used to build those vans. They had these giant battery chargers that they carried around with them that Orion actually used to sell. It was like a reworked golf cart charger. It was like a 200 amp charger. And those every van had one of those, and they would just plug it into the wall. That was the only way they could run those things for that long. So I don't know how many. Wow, because most of those cars they don't run 10,000. I don't know of any way to power that off of batteries.
All
Maybe
right.
pull a trailer.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay.
David Morel.
I have a 2-ohm voice coil sub that has 1 burnt voice coil. Okay. Hold on. 1 burnt voice coil. Can I run the sub on my 2-ohm stable amp on the good coil? Wouldn't be the first time I've done that. I've done it. It works for a while, but it's not going to last forever. I mean, you burnt one coil, you're going to burn the other. But yeah, you could do it. It's not like you can't. There's no one telling you not to.
All right, I get a constant white noise from my tweeters when the radio is off or the volume is a 0. I have a Pioneer 9605, Pioneer 4400, and an Alpine Type S. Those go away completely when lower the gain.
Yep.
Yep.
Need more power. It's really what it comes to. White noise is just a result of gain up too high. That's not necessarily the gain on the amplifier. It could be the gain anywhere. Gain is just volume, but not volume per se, voltage, in a place where it doesn't need to be. So you can get white noise anywhere along the line, out of an EQ, out of an amplifier, but it's just your gain is too high. If you turn the gain all the way down, it goes away. The other thing too is that the 9605 is a great amplifier for the money.
Yeah.
But it's a great amplifier for the money. If you're gonna wind and cheese that amplifier, and by that I mean like you're not. That's not what that amplifier is made for. That amplifier is made to be a cost-effective amplifier that does what it does.
I mean, Type S speakers.
Yeah, I mean, but white noise. I mean, if it's like white noise, like you got your gains up way too high. You want more power. But if you're just getting basic white noise, that's probably just because it's just the amplifier.
It's a white noise.
It's what it is. I mean, it's not like it's...
All right. A lot of vehicles, when connecting the deck,
from London.
I run into a low voltage constant power from the factory wire harness. Is there something that you can connect to bring the voltage up?
Bring the voltage up?
Yeah. Constant power voltage.
The constant power voltage?
Yeah. Oh, maybe changing the battery?
I mean, a bigger alternator.
Well, like he says, every time he hook up. A lot of vehicles, when connecting the deck.
I don't know.
It's just, yeah.
Are you killing me with these questions? Which Alpine head unit has the optical out and RCA aux in? I think it's only the navigation screen. It's only going to be the nav with the DVD player built into it, I think. I don't think any of the other... I know the 207 doesn't have it anymore. The 107 doesn't have it. They're kind of doing away with it. I think the last is going to be the older, like, navigation with DVD built into it. I know some of the older Restyle 9-inch had it, but that's it. Okay.
All right, MP3 or FLAC files. Can you hear the difference?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you should get Tidal.
Well, it just depends on your bit rate and what you're recording it at. I mean, if you're doing, if your MP3 is tapping out, then the FLAC files are made to play a higher bit rate song. But if you're still starting with the source the same, like if you just take like a CD and record it as an MP3 and then record it as a FLAC, you may you have to get the high res song. That's the thing. So yes, the high res track on FLAC should sound better, but it all depends on where you start. If you start suck, then it's not going to matter where you go from there. But yes, if you even Tidal on an iPhone sounds way better than playing iTunes music at lossless whatever.
Yeah.
So there is a difference. There's an audible difference. But then again, you really okay. So somebody's having a bad night. It really comes down to the simple thing of where are you listening to it? What kind of speakers? What kind of volume? If you're driving down the road and you got a bunch of wind noise in your car and you're killing it, then you're not going to notice a difference if you're just sitting there driving along. However, if you're set up to quiet car, no noise, you'll notice a difference. It's just that's always the catch with all this. Everyone's like, I want to. No one sits in their car. I won't say no one. Equals CD, MP3, 8 track. Yeah, pretty much. It depends what you're doing. If you're sitting in your car in the driveway playing music, doing this, cool. If you're driving down the road, doing 60 miles an hour, doing this, paying attention, you might not notice it. Is it better? If you're just somebody that has to have the best of the best of the best, you want FLAC. That's what it comes down to. 8400 is nav as well. Yes, it does have nav. Yeah. Dean, have you ever heard a Pioneer radio have engine noise from the RCA shorting out? Now the only way to lower it is to ground the RCAs. Yes, because Pioneer used to build or they might still do it. I don't know if they did it I haven't asked. But yeah, Pioneer put a fuse that you can't replace because it's soldered inside the unit. So it's a ground fuse. And what happens if you blow it, then you get all kinds of crazy noise and you have to reground the shield to the RCA. sucks. But yes, had that happen quite a bit.
All right,
Lots
I
of
have
fun.
I have a dual 2-on voice call sub. The one voice call is burned.
Yeah.
Can I run?
There we go.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
Yeah. Yep. No, that's okay.
Yeah. Hi from my.
We
hi
haven't
from New York.
reviewed the KXA amplifier yet.
No.
But we got it because we're really excited about it. So that's why we have it. So it's really nice. Where should I aim my tweeters and mids for the best imaging for both driver and passenger? If you're you want to aim them for the center. If that's what you're trying.
Hi from London.
You know, if you're trying to aim them for both of you, you want to aim it for the center. Most of the, I will tell you this. So, when you're setting up a car with a DSP, okay, if you don't have a dedicated center channel, it's going to be a one-driver car is what that's called, because there's no way to time align the radio to the middle and make it sound good. It's not really going to happen. You can tune it for the driver, or you can tune it for the passenger, or you can just kind of tune it. But imaging is always a tough one. Now, if you have a center channel and an up mixer, or just a center channel and you're really crafty with the DSP, you can get a pretty good left and right balance. As far as actually like a home theater where everyone up front has doesn't matter where you sit in the living room. But, you know, personally for me, I concentrate on the driver. Way nicer.
All right. Let's see. What Alpine head
South
unit
Africa?
has a optical output?
Yeah.
Yep. All right. You guys are great. Thank you. Yeah, just make an appointment if you want to bring a car.
Okay, what was Rockford 1T1? I'm sorry, I meant ignition key on voltage, not constant like some Fords and Jeeps. So is that where the voltage goes down?
Yeah. I'm sorry, I meant ignition key voltage, not constant.
Have you tried adding a relay so that you're taking the constant 12 volts through instead of using the ignition power? So if you added an ignition relay with constant power as your source, that should keep your voltage up, because that's not going to go down when you start the car. That would be the only way I could think to do that. What is center cause phase issues with the farthest tweeter? Well, you'd still need time correction for all of it. So if done properly, you're fine.
All right. Do you guys think ever move away from the RCAs to optical cables 100% from the deck?
No, I don't see that happening. Right now, the problem with optical is that there's too much. Like for example, we set up a car to do optical, but then optical is just left and right. And a lot of these cars, you have multiple things happening, like you have backup sensors over here, backup sensors over there, or lane departure warnings coming out of each side, or left and right. So with optical, you're going to lose all those features. So it's going to become feature versus that, unless it's built in, something like a Mercedes, which has all these things built in, but they're built in back at the amplifier, not through the optical cable. So it's going to be tough. Audison is with the full DA has been trying it for years, and as long as it's just a basic system, meaning source unit, processor, amplifier, it's fine. But now it's getting to be like source unit that controls the world, processor, and amplifier. So like even with the Amp Pro has the optical output, and you can take that straight into an audio control or any of the other DSPs that have the optical input, and then RCA out for now. It's just making sure when you set that for 2-channel, it's left things and right things, not left, front, rear, sub things. So that's where that gets weird.
All right. Does Pioneer have a higher end head unit with capacitive touch without navigation?
No. Yes. They have the MVH 1400, but it will only do CarPlay. Basically what it is, it's the screen of the old app radio, which is the capacitive touch, with the new back end that Pioneer came out this year for all the new NEX radios.
Yeah. You already answered that center. Yeah. Okay, when installing an amp under the seats in the 2013 Honda Accord, did you have to make your own ground, or were you able to use like the factory bolt?
For what?
For ground. We normally make our own.
Steam case. Yes,
Exactly.
Sorry. The question was if I have like a Pioneer radio and should I use media transfer prop? Wonderful. What do that means?
We have to do the update that we need to.
So.
Okay, everything stopped.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah.
Why?
See, we have to start like keeping doing the updates constantly. Yeah. That's it. Hang on. I think it's skipped on.
We're good?
Hang on.
Yeah, it's back. We're back.
We back?
Okay, yeah, back. Okay, good.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
What was I talking about? Hi, from Michigan. What's up, Scott? You guys offline here in New York.
What did we talk about before?
Yeah, totally forgot. We were talking about something good. Sorry about that. Yay, internet. Awesome. Gotta love it.
Yeah. No, back. Yeah, you're back. Okay. Rank 1.3, Kenwood.
No, that's off.
Alright, so.
Can't get internet for crap these days. Video output low. YouTube is receiving enough to maintain smooth streams such as viewers will experience buffering. Oh, this is just phenomenal.
It's something that we have to make sure.
No, what are you gonna do?
I don't know.
I don't need it.
The Honda amp, that's what you talk about?
Oh yeah.
Honda amplifier?
No,
No?
we already covered that.
Okay.
Honda amp install. We did cover that earlier. I don't know where we were going with it though. We talked about, God, man, it's terrible. All right, so the quality is gonna suck apparently. Our internet is just dying for some reason.
Yeah. So if you guys see any, buffering, just sorry.
Man, what time is it?
6:30.
Man.
37 minutes.
What's up from Hawaii? All right. That's where we lost you. All right. Well, let's start it. We should be back to normal now.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a question. I'm going to install a 5-channel amp, but the customer doesn't want a head unit. What do you recommend? Okay. Would you recommend Access DSP for the new Jeep LG to maintain the factory radio and run a 5-channel amp? So, Carlos, Robert. All right, so here we go. Would I recommend the Access DSP?
Mm-hmm.
I would recommend a DSR1 and doing the iData DSP. That will be the same thing, and you'll get the same results.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as far as the other car, obviously it doesn't have the capability to add the DSP. So you could still use the DSR1. As long as you don't have to do any summing, the DSR1 would be great. You can high level into that, and then you get all your fun. Now, if you don't want to mess with the DSP, the LC7i is good. Or like we were talking about earlier, you could just go with the D4800 audio control amplifier that has the audio control DSP built into it, all the high level features built into it. Now, there again, if you don't want the DSP, you just want high level integration, you go with the LC4800 that has the 6 channels of high level built into it. So you're basically getting an LC7i built into the front half of an amplifier. It's really cool. What do mids and lows and front doors should be sort of isolation between speakers for best sound? 6.5s?
Yeah.
What do the mids and lows in the front doors? Should there be some sort of isolation between speakers for best sound? Most of the time when you're doing like a component set where there's like a tweeter in the dash or a mid-range tweeter, it just really depends. But yeah, there should be some form of insulation. A lot of the times when these cars build, let's say a tweeter in the dash, 2.5, 3.5 in the door, and a mid-bass, the mid-range is totally isolated from the mid-bass via the way they built it, meaning like the driver for the mid-bass goes into the door cavity and the driver for the mid-range stays on the inside the door, so it's like door panel speaker, and then down here it's door panel into the cavity of the door. So if you're going to do a situation where you have like that mid-range and that driver and they're both seeing each other, you're probably going to want to put some kind of a baffle, like an XTC foam baffle, onto the smaller driver so that it doesn't interfere with it.
All right. If you have a G35 2007, more likely it's a little bit different than mine. You can change the radio, you can add amplifiers. It's not that difficult. Like Dean said, you can add 5-channel amp, a DSR1. It's a lot of options that you can do.
And there again, like his, if you don't want to replace the radio, you really don't have to. I mean, nowadays replacing the radio, it's
not necessary.
Not necessary. No. There's plenty of cool things out there that we've listed in this show. This show should be changed to the high-level integration show. As far as CCA wire goes, you guys are talking about, just get copper. Seriously, get copper. You have to double the size. So if you need a 16 gauge, you're still going to need a 12 gauge. If you need a 12 gauge, you're going to need a 10 gauge. But that's for normal lengths and runs. So you'd have to, if you want to use, like, I haven't found one. If you guys have, cool. Yeah. A chart that says, for ratings on wire lengths for CCA. There's one for copper, but there's very little for CCA that I've ever found. So let's say you need a 10 gauge copper to go the length that you're trying to. That means you're going to need an 8 gauge CCA. Possibly a 4 gauge CCA, which just gets ridiculous. So just don't buy this, just buy copper.
All right, Sean asks, when is the Christmas product recommendation going for the tool drawer?
You're going to see that Friday. So we're going to put up Friday. So basically what we're doing is we're doing the 10 things you should get your car audio guy, gal, person,
friend,
for the holidays.
Whatever, yeah.
Christmas. Because it's Christmas, as Haley says. We're going to put that up Friday. This coming up Friday. Jason Fro's house on here has already given us his. I still haven't watched it yet. I'm kind of like saving myself because I don't have my list totally ready yet, and I don't want his list to affect my list. Oh. But our homework for this weekend is to finalize up our lists, and we're going to work through those. Yeah. So, cool. The lab is to show customers they can integrate into the factory system. Yes, thank you, Robert. Good idea. Yes.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to integrate, do high level, low level type situations, the lab is definitely a good place to start because it's Fernando's G35. We're keeping the factory radio, and we are using different situations. We put a DSR1 in it at one point. Right. We just did the WaveTech 2-channel high-low low-level with time correction built into it. So that was a lot of fun. That's still in there. We're playing with some other stuff right now. Yep. It's just trying to get the time.
Yep.
So
yeah.
Yay, Christmas gifts, right?
Definitely. Everybody likes Christmas gifts.
Who doesn't love Christmas gifts? Is the Pioneer, what is that? What is that?
And for the people, they ask for the amp rack under the Accord. Like we say, we make the amp rack, put the amplifier. If we have ground next to it, we grab that. If you not, we make our own ground, and from there it's easy.
I don't like you doing that. So is the 4400 a really good head unit for the price? Yes. Is there a similar? Obviously the Kenwood has the 9905. That has a better screen. So if you don't, if you're doing Apple CarPlay and you're looking at the 4400 and you don't need the detachable face and you don't need the DVD player, you could go with the MVH 1400. Yeah, that's going to be the capacitive touchscreen with all the same audio components and CarPlay. Now, if you need Android Auto, you're still going to need something with a 7-inch. But you get everything sound quality-wise that you would with a 4400 minus those few features, so you save a lot of money there. And then if you go up to the 9905 and the Kenwood line, you're going to get the best screen on the market, period, best screen.
Yeah.
And you're going to get a Kenwood as opposed to Pioneer. That's neither here nor there, but those are your thoughts.
All right. Thank you. Apparently it's a calculator for power wire.
Yeah.
That's nice.
But does it do CCA? But Rockford has it. But most of them
I've
found never do CCA. That's the problem.
For the high-low, just check the pack LP72. That will be good enough for you amplifier.
So if you have the Pioneer AVH 600 NX, I ran a 4-channel amp using the front and rear RCAs. I hear the music fine, but not phone conversations. What can I do to fix it? Did you put it in network mode or standard mode? So what you could do is restore the radio. Go into the menu, select restore, and then select standard mode, which is the default. A lot of people, that's usually a common problem when people select network mode. The other thing too is check your balance and fader. This is key. This is the easiest place to start. I should start here. Check your balance and fader. Bluetooth sound on a Pioneer deck and a Kenwood deck comes out of the front left and right speaker only. So if you go to your balance and fader, for one on a Pioneer, if you just see fade left, fade right, you have a network mode. You need to reset it. If you see left, right, front, rear, fade to the front and see if you're getting sound both ways. Now, because what could be happening is, I only say this because it happened, is you have a 4-channel amp. You ran 4 RCAs into it. You accidentally put the front into the rear and the rear into the front. And then the amplifier has a 2 or 4-channel input switch. It's set to 2-channel. So you're going to get sound. Everything's going to sound great, but you're only feeding the rear RCAs into the front of the amplifier, which is then playing all the sound out to the car. That's why checking your balance and fader when you're done with the install is key. So I would start with checking your balance and fader.
All right, Louis, say what is the best Kenwood right now? I want to replace it. I want to replace my DNN 9901 and a 2014 Camaro. Which one do you think?
I like that. Are we talking about 9905?
9905.
I'm gonna,
9905.
You're kind of killing my, best touchscreen radio for 2018 vibe here, but I really like the 9905.
Okay.
You
don't have to say that loud.
I'm sorry. I run the ADR PRS in network mode. There you go. Have a good weekend. Thank you. You too, Robert. Enjoy. Have fun. Where are we at? Okay. Ooh, made the live show. And you missed the glitch, so good on you.
Somebody say, boring live. Had me cranking this morning. Eric.
The boring life.
The boring life.
Oh, yeah. So the boring life was Q&A.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Haley asked me a bunch of questions.
That was nice.
So if you want to know even more about me, check out The Boring Life of Dean and Haley. It's another YouTube channel where Haley and I do weekend stuff. Father-daughter stuff. It's fun. It's cool. We have a good time.
Hey, from Canada, I was wondering if you guys were going to continue to test some of the newer decks preamp output voltage.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah,
okay. We plan on... It's just a timing thing, man. It's like...
Hey, he just finished the 2017 videos.
I just finished the 2017 video, so we're
Let's start with 2018.
No, we plan on doing that. Things have been really, really hectic in these last couple months for us.
What's up, Bruce?
It's unfortunately, we're trying. That's all I could say. We're trying. We want to get back on track. Behind the scenes, what we got going on has been really, really hectic.
Jesus.
So we're just trying to put out the best quality show we can. Trust me, I would love to do those because those are a heck of a lot easier to edit than the show, the install diary. So I love doing that stuff because it's like I can get to bed on time. We learned Dean's real name. Yeah, good call. So.
Your secret, it's out.
The secret's out. Yeah, thanks, Haley. She ruined it for me. 2008 TSX nav with premium sound. I want add a 5-channel amp, new speakers and subs, keypad unit. Do I need an LOC and what else? Yes, you're always gonna need a LOC. Okay, so here's the thing. Do you need an LOC or not need an LOC? We've done quite a few videos on the difference between what's called variable voltage and fixed voltage. Does a preamp voltage really matter, like 2 volt, 4 volt, 5 volt? Yes.
Yeah.
We'll get back to the we're talking about LLCs. Keep in mind.
Okay.
Real quick, Kyle. The difference between a 2 volt and a 4 volt or 2 volt and a 5 volt is double the signal, half as much noise. Okay. And that was Alpine coined that phrase when they came out with the 5 volt output. I'm sorry, when they pulled an Apple and we're like, hey, look, a 5 volt output. It's double the signal, half as much noise. So you're getting more signal to the input section of the amplifier, which means you can lower the input on the amplifier, which means all that, like we were talking about earlier, white noise, that all goes away. So bigger pipe means you can turn it down. So that's, yes, it does matter. Now, when you're doing something like that in a DSP or a crossover or something like that, Yeah, that's where it gets kind of weird. But still, you always want the most signal possible all the way across the board. Now, as far as LOC versus non-LOC, if you have a factory deck with a factory amplifier, there's different things that can happen. So if you just have a factory deck, you're going to need an LOC because the factory deck is meaning no factory amplifier, meaning it's going to be a full high voltage output. That's what that's called, high voltage output, line output converter.
Okay.
So we're converting that line to something that's usable on the input of the amplifier. Now, a lot of the amplifiers have LOC capabilities built into them. That's what we've been talking about here on the show. So if you have we've used several examples. The KXA kickers have it. Most amplifiers have some form of high-level input or LOC built into them. The audio control LC 4.800, it's called an LC for the line converter. Basically, they took their LC7i and built it into their amplifier. It makes life real easy. Now, if you have a factory radio and it has an outboard amplifier, that's where it gets kind of weird, because you could have what's called variable voltage. Variable voltage is when you adjust the volume here. There's actually like a preamp section built into the radio, and it adjusts the signal going in the amplifier. If that's the case, it's basically a preamp section, just like a normal aftermarket radio. You can add in some RCAs, and you can plug right into the amplifier. Yep. It's thin though. That's like wow, that's amazing. Oh, how cool! Most of the time, it's fixed, and by fixed I mean you turn the volume here. Nothing going in the amplifier moves, because what's happening is the volume at the amplifier is being adjusted digitally from the volume knob. So it's over some form of a bus, and it's turning up and down the amplifier, not the signal coming into the amplifier. Now, you're in luck because Hondas and Acuras typically have a variable voltage. So what I'd recommend doing is going to our channel and just type in variable voltage or something like that. Mm-hmm. And we have a handful of videos up there that will kind of explain it more in depth and walk through that. I know right off the top of my head, the Titan 911 video, we cover it go over it a lot.
Intense,
there was a Chevy, was that Chevy Malibu? Was it the Malibu? We did a Malibu not too long ago where we went really deep into it as well. And there was a part 3. There was 3 parts to that. So it was the first 3-part series we did. So, and the whole first part was all on variable voltage.
All right. Can I run 100 watts on my RMS on my stock wires? Yes, you can do that. That's 100 watts. It's okay. When you go like 120, 150, then of course you have to like add different wires. All right, Dean, you guys work 6 days a week.
Yes.
You produce 2-3 shows a week and still manage to have a private life. What are you on?
Life, baby. Just life. You want to say hi? No?
Hi
We
from
were talking about
Sarasota.
you earlier.
Yeah?
Yeah. Haley just showed up. She's off camera. Just stick your head in.
Hi.
Hey, you excited about Thanksgiving show?
No.
Okay, cool. Yeah, she's like, because you're going to get me up early. No, it really just comes down to time management. Everything in life is about time management. We should do a podcast on that.
Yeah, that was a Chevy Cruze. Yeah,
it was a Chevy Cruze. Thank you.
You got it, Christian.
Thank you, Christian. Way to go, buddy. So, no, it's all about time management. Everything in life is all about time management. And, of course, learning to live without. So, like, the Monday shows have been kind of sketchy lately, and that's just because it's the holidays, and Haley, because, what is it? What season is it? What is it?
Christmas?
No, you gotta say it like you've been saying it.
No.
Because it's Christmas. We've been doing a lot of Christmas activities. That's Haley's favorite holiday, so she's been pulling us everywhere on the weekends. So that's making the Monday show hard to do. Hi, Haley. Everyone say hi.
Hello.
But, you know, we're trying to get these things to where it's easy. But no, it's really sometimes tough. Like last night, we got done editing Haley's show because I edited hers Friday nights for Saturday morning release, and it was like 12:30, and I was letting you pre-watch your show, and I fell asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
so
just,
boring.
you know.
It's not as funny.
What?
It's not as funny.
What's not as funny?
Watching it by myself.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, because that's what woke me up. Christmas. Yeah, that's right. What's up, Haley? Hi, Haley. Jason says hi.
Hi.
And Victor says hi. But anyways, no, so it just comes down to time management, and we just work through time. You know, it's just like being here. Go
Hey,
ahead.
Dean and Fernando, excited to get my truck fixed on Tuesday with you guys. Well, you welcome.
Oh yeah,
man.
Tuesday is that's the Scar Audio stuff that we were talking about. With the
Okay.
the one you just did the box for that has the Fox box.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
the
The
Fox
F-150.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
okay, got it. Nice. We're excited
Haley
too.
has the nicest stereo of all of them. Yeah,
somebody
she does.
said, can you show me you running sneakers?
All right, actually, it's funny today. Okay, oddly, you should ask because today is the only day I've ever wore these to work ever, like ever.
You're not gonna do it again?
No.
Why?
And these are the clouds. So right now I'm suffering an injury in my back.
You're stepping in the clouds right now?
Yeah. So I haven't been running this week, and these have a little bit more soul than my typical Vibrams do. So I thought I'd give these a shot for the day to see if that alleviates some of the pain I've been suffering. You all right there, kiddo?
It's so Brits.
Oh, it's the Netherlands. Oh,
What?
wow. The Netherlands. Oh, they flip the colors. Okay. So,
How did they flip the
but yeah,
colors?
that's those, and I just buy different colors because
Yeah.
you usually buy 2 or 3 pairs. The running shop loves me because I spend lots of money on shoes. But a good 5-channel amp, 8-inch sub, and
And a
good sound
quality
quality
component.
components set up front is
It's
a great start. Yes,
it is a
It's
great start.
wonderful
Definitely.
start. Hi guys, I have a 6-inch component set. I want to add a 4-inch mid-range. How would I go about wiring it? All right, so I was actually just talking to somebody. So really the easiest way to do that is to have its own amplifier because trying to just add it in without being able to cross it over some way is gonna be tough. So adding a small amplifier to it would definitely be the way to go. Maybe like an ACM 2.300 or Stinger makes their cool little marine or multi-purpose 2-channel amplifiers like this big.
Yeah.
But then you're going to need, because it's going to need to be on its own crossover. So you either A, have to build some form of a passive crossover for it, which is way hard and expensive, or you need to put it on its own amplifier and have a way to actively cross it over. Now, because it's a mid-range, though, that's where it gets tricky. Because a mid-range, now Morel makes the 2-inch, okay? They make their 2-inch speakers that play all the way up.
Yeah. For the 2011 Suburban, try the Kicker Comp or the Kicker Comp RT Shallow.
The yellow. It was the yellow
one. Okay, so try the Kicker Comp. That should be fit, and that should be
You
enough.
may have to sand the basket.
Yeah, but that should be enough to work with the Bose system.
Yeah, I know on one of those we had to sand the basket to
Yeah.
get so that it would fit in there, but all right, so it's the CCWR254. This guy right here.
What is that?
This is the little tiny Morel. It's this big. Okay, but this is designed to play all the way up, so all you need is a bottom for it as far as the crossover goes. Meaning you just need the high pass filter on it to block any bass from getting to it. But you could take something like that, put it on its own dedicated amplifier. It'll give you level control because of the gain input on the amplifier. You can do your gain matching, and that would be the way you do that.
Yep.
Okay. What are the chances of I ever? What was that?
I ever done?
Morel, baby. Yeah. What are the chances I ever do anything to my old Dodge? Oh, that's sad.
You can't do anything.
Okay. Thank you very much. Keep up the good work. You're running. Godspeed. I want to get running, dude.
Morel,
It's
baby.
killing me this right now. These past week and a half has just been murder.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it really sucks.
All right.
Is that it? That's it.
59
All right,
minutes.
guys, we're going to end it there. Thank you so much. Everyone have a wonderful weekend. As usual, DNF Tool Drawer is a place where you can find the tools. Patreon is the place where you can support the show as well as get the video podcast.
Yep.
Otherwise, you can get the podcast download the other way. Do the GoFundMe thing here. Teespring/store/5 stars, the place where you can get cool shirts. The Boring Life of Dean and Haley is the other show that'll make you laugh. If anything, it will make you laugh.
I heard it's pretty great.
I heard it's pretty great too. It'll totally make you laugh. There's no question about it. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
she's silly. Parts Express does sell band pass. Yes, good call. Thank you. I keep forgetting about them. But yeah, back to the mid-range Parts Express. Check them out. PartsExpress.com. You can get all that stuff from there.
Victor.
Anything I forgot? Oh, hey, remember, guys, Uber and Lyft are cheap. Have a safe weekend. Be
Don't
good.
drink. Well,
No,
drink, but don't
things-
drive.
That's it, Uber and Lyft. And we will see you Thanksgiving morning. We'll see you Monday.
Yeah, we'll see you
on
Monday.
the Facebook Live.
Yep. Q&A.
But then we'll, of course, see you again 10 a.m.
Buenas noches, Victor.
You like that?
That means have a good night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Oh, hey, you got to watch the show to understand that joke. All right, guys. You have a wonderful evening as always. We'll see you next time.
Bye.